Alfonso Brown.
Yeah.
The Alfonso Brown is the original MythBuster.
What happened to him? What's up with him?
He just got busy for a minute. He wasn't on the lives. Then he came back. We got Son of the Soil, the other AC.
Son of the Soil.
Yeah, Son of the Soil.
Huh.
You can't see no picture? I think that's you. I think that's your thing. I can see mostly the other AC Apex Cipher. Peace. So Brilliant Son of the Soil said he can't see, and Brilliant Elevation said he can't hear. Can anyone hear me? Or do I have the sound up or something? Sound is on. Raphael Tomastratura. It's been a minute since we seen him. New Black World Order. Jula TV. Kua. Is that? Oh, nah, because I looked it up. Yeah, and my alerts is going out. Because we got You Allah. You Allah is new though. Where you from, You Allah? Wise. What's going on, Wise? Yeah, Apex Cipher is the other AC. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Victorious, what's going on? You large from Now See. Yo, Now See is always deep up in here, man. We got a lot of brothers from Now See from the very beginning, man. HC said I tried to change my name. And yeah, I don't know how to go about that either. Yeah, everything is peace with me, cool, especially if you're talking about the stuff. I'm not too concerned with that. At all. You know what I'm saying? Brilliant Elevation said, I read that a few days ago that Rhode Island is treating New Yorkers like second-class citizens. Listen, New Yorkers right now, we being hunted down all over the country. They got state troopers stationed on borders, and if you from New York, you gotta self-quarantine for 14 days. I don't know what the or else is, but yeah, right now, they don't want us escaping from New York. P. Foster, what's going on? You see, now we got a decent amount of alerts going on, but we can get back to the real teaching. You know what I'm saying? Today's topic, it came up like some of the old topics used to come up where I was building with some brothers earlier, and this topic came up. Brilliant Elevation said the Rhode Island article said that police will be helped by the National Guard to go door to door. Yeah, Jula TV, look, we need Kurt Russell, and we need that card. And we need that card. Jula TV, did you just take that message off, or did YouTube just take that message off? Yeah, in Rhode Island, I heard, where's the place, someplace else, they chopped down a tree and put it in the road to stop some people from New Jersey from being able to move around in their town. Did you just take that off Julia TV? Or is it that YouTube doesn't want you? Oh, I was about to say YouTube is getting they getting a little too real. If they did that, man almighty. Well, the science today is the question that came up, was concerning Musa and him teaching civilization and him teaching trick knowledge. So then we actually got into the science of what is that civilization and what is that trick knowledge. Because a part of the question was also, what did he go to teach them primarily? Did he go to teach them the civilization primarily, or did he go to teach them the devilishment primarily? Wise, yeah, that's Queen Omala. From what I'm understanding right now, she returned to the essence. So you know how we usually do it. I give y'all an opportunity to add on to how y'all see that topic before I come in with my understanding on it. Why I said he came to teach the devilishment primarily. Anyone else? We got our high scientists in here today. We got new Black World Order. So what do you see as the devilishment that he came to teach them? P. Foster said he went to teach them how to live a respectful life and how to build a home for themselves so that they live out the determined idea. Asar knowledge, peace to the God. Asar knowledge is new. Where you from, Asar? Victoria said, I always saw it as his intention was to teach civilization, but he was a savage. Why I said how I see that is you can see how they act, that Musa gave them more of the sciences of how to rule the original man. The devil came up with some more through trial and error. Asar said he's from the kingdom of love, hella right. Where is the kingdom of love, hella right located? Is that on the East Coast or the West Coast? Julia TV said he also taught trick knowledge. Well, that's the So our knowledge is from the Midwest. We got some Midwest. We got Motherland Gardens that comes in from Arkansas or Champaign, Illinois. Yeah, you up there with Jasim, and actually, no, I think is Jasim in Minnesota, but Jigga 1017. But that's peace though. Champaign, Illinois. Shout out to Champaign, Illinois. Senator Soil said he taught them both as he taught them. Brilliant Elevation said Musa taught them the knowledge of themselves. All right, now I got another question. Don't forget this question. Keep these answers coming. But I got another question to add on, right? In the wisdom degree, civilized is defined as teaching the knowledge and wisdom of all the human families of the planet Earth, right? That's different than what is the meaning of civilization. See, the knowledge and wisdom of the human families, right? That's the basics. See, what do you see at the root of civilization? Is where the knowledge and the wisdom of the original man started when the planet was first founded. See, when you're dealing with knowledge God, now you're dealing with the science of everything in life. So did anyone catch that? See, a lot of times, that's why people think, well, the devil's not civilized, because you're only going according to the definition in the knowledge God degree in the 140, which says that you got to know the science of everything in life. But that's not basic. That's not the basics of being civilized. Yeah, our knowledge, that's in the 17th degree in the 1 and 40. But what does it tell you in the wisdom degree in the 1 and 14? It says civilized means what? Senator Shaw said how to live for themselves first, and second, how to use tricks and lies to rule the original people, to do right for themselves, and to be devilish to the original people. Why I said that's why he was a half original man, because he taught them the knowledge of themselves, but he really taught devilishment. Terrence Martin, peace. Why I said Musa had to build them up, how to live a respectful life, and how to make a home for themselves so that he can bring about trick knowledge. We wouldn't have fell victim if he wasn't taught that. But the original man was already searching for trillions of years for a mystery God before it was a Caucasian. we get a couple more people, when we get a couple more people in, then I'm gonna start, because you know how it is. I end up starting and then I gotta go back. I gotta keep going back. Terrence Martin is not new, but we only seen Terrence Martin a couple times. What happened to our knowledge? Knowledge born, peace. Yeah, brilliant elevation. And what did I miss? Yeah, you know. Listen, I got a design for what did I miss that I'm telling you is one of the best designs, man. Out of everybody, man. Out of everybody, y'all got one of the best designs. Something happened to my my program. For some reason it won't save so that I could upload it like I need to, man. I'm telling you. Why it says some were searching, we all fell victim to his trick knowledge. Well, not the tribe of Jabbar. The tribe of Jabbar never fell victim. We got a few more people that come on a regular. We waiting on Jasim. If we see Jasim, where's Asiatic mathematics? What happened to oh yeah, Righteous? He said he's in the mix of something. See, that's what we need. We need somebody that's designated to get the word out, since YouTube, we know I can't depend on them to get the word out no more. Sar says civilized means to teach the knowledge and wisdom of the human families of planet Earth. So that's what I'm saying. You know, those are two different definitions. You know what I'm saying? We're showing you, you know, also, like I said, in the midst of your teaching, right? Some people, only thing they gonna learn is the right way to eat. Like, you know, they might stop eating pig because of the influence that you have on them. You know what I'm saying? Other people, you know, they may go to school, you know what I'm saying, and educate themselves, man, in a way that they're able to move through society at a higher level. You know what I mean? And some people is gonna go all the way and internalize this the way we did. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it is too, man. I started, you know, because I really wasn't into that. But yeah, people I think y'all gotta start hitting that like button for me. Y'all gotta start hitting the like button so the alerts could go out and YouTube could get off my back. YouTube could get off my back. I saw knowledge that I'm in school and striving to internalize this. What school you in? I saw knowledge. You in college? What you going to school for? Yeah, Wise, I'm almost at the big God attitude now. See what I'm saying? I had to get over that 666 hump, and I noticed that my subscribers, it was growing very, very slowly when it got to around that mark, man. I noticed that. And then ever since then, I went back to teaching. You in the University of Illinois. That's peace, black man. What you studying at the University of Illinois? Political science. Hmm. Yeah, that's a high powered topic. Um, like how do you plan to utilize, how you plan to use that, what particular branch of political science you in, you know what I'm saying? Because with a name like Art Knowledge, I'm pretty sure that you went into that field so that you could gain some knowledge that you could help uplift your community with. Q has said, if the devil was manufactured in the year 9000, what was the trick knowledge 2,000 years later? This question that you ask, right? This question that you ask is very pertinent to the answer that I'm about to give. What's the name? The rest of everybody's gonna have to go back and look at the answer later in a minute. But what's the what particular branch of political science, like what you was planning on doing with the political science knowledge? Everything. Everything is new. What's going on? Everything. Where you from? Got some newcomers in here today. Got some newcomers. Got some old timers. Got the heavy hitters. And what degrees you knowledge, also knowledge? Well, I said we were just building on the culture degree. It lets you know why 2,000 years later he was taught trick knowledge. So knowledge said right now I'm studying American politics, public policy, law, and power. Original seed and divine energy. Peace. Power builder law, peace. Original seed and Power Bill is not new, but we ain't seen Power Bill in a minute. Original seed, where you from? Universal, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now we get into people so we can get into the topic without having to go back. Son of the Soil says true and the trick knowledge has to be recollected by the one who it was meant for. So knowledge said he knowledge the 1 in 10 on the understanding degree and the 1 in 14. All right. That's positive. Universal. Universal Tacky Threads brand. That's peace. Each one teach one. Original seed is from Delaware. I think you the first brother from Delaware on the check-in. Shout out to Delaware out there. All right, so, we ain't gonna let those couple of monkeys stop our show. Cool said, was the devil not manufactured with prior trick knowledge prior to the year 11,000? Was he manufactured with prior trick knowledge? Prior from what? Original seed says from Medina. All right, that's peace. Medina got a lot of transplants all over America. Wherever Medina go, Medina teach. Why I said he lost the knowledge and had to be taught, it tells you that we took everything from him except his language. The devil was manufactured in the year 9,000. Right? What happened? Did I go down? What's happening here? Here. Alright. It looks like we in halfway effect or something. Maybe not full effect, but halfway. Yeah, who knows, man? Yeah. So yeah, you said that he was manufactured through trick knowledge. Yaqub was the master of trick knowledge. Yaqub was the master of trick knowledge. I mean, I could slightly see what you're saying. University talking about the 5G, man. Stop it, man. Life, what's going on? He was manufactured through trick knowledge. I mean, I can see what you're saying. There was lies. You know what I'm saying? The forgotten trick knowledge establishment, telling lies, stealing, and how to master the original man. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, the devil was manufactured through telling lies. You know what I'm saying? The mother was told a lie that her baby was an angel baby and it was only taken to heaven. So in that sense, what you're saying, yeah, I can see what you're saying, but what was the let's get back to the point you was making about that. Y'all actually made me research the 5G. Like I had heard about it and I never really paid attention. She smelled good. Here's the thing, you didn't miss much this time because that's what we was waiting on, the heavy hitters to come into the room. We still dealing with the topic. Right now, we still dealing with the topic that's in the title for the video. Son of Israel said the devil was manufactured through tricks and lies set in motion by Yaqub. He was created of it and was given a book on how to continue to deliver it wherever he went. Kua said he taught them the rule for 6,000 years. Okay. See, I don't know these. Listen, I researched the 5G and I researched the radiation that comes from it, the millimeter waves. And the reality is these millimeter waves have been around a long time, and we've been experiencing them for a while. All cell phones are a bundle of technologies that have been around for decades, some of them. Nigel Brim, peace. Original C said, I told you I'd be checking on you, Lord, on the Father's physical when you and Righteous debarred and I was at the school that night building. Oh, all right. No doubt. Peace to the God. You said, so that's the trick knowledge. So what did Musa give them? Okay, well, look. Between what you saying and what Wise is saying, it's all connected right here. You know what I'm saying? It's all connected right here. Check this out. Musa did not really go to teach them, civilization or establishment, with that being the goal. So the source said, first time I'm hearing that you are from Medina. Who? C? Original C? Oh, yeah. Kua said, I don't understand your question. The knowledge of themselves, they had to go back to one. Knowledge born. All right, but look, let me give my answer. He didn't go to teach them civilization in the form that, okay, I'm going to teach like I came on YouTube, I do these videos to teach. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, out of 700 people, right? 35 is 5%. So if I could get 35 people, you know what I'm saying, that see who they are from these, then, I'm doing better than excellent. You see what I'm saying? Now, there was other times or other people, where you could say, okay, well, this person, they started some type of organization that does negativity, where, say they a crime organization or whatever, they set out to do devilishment. Like when the first people say, yo, I'm going to recruit other people, I'm going to recruit other people with the express purpose of doing devilishment. What Musa taught them was their history. Musa taught them their history. And in their history, right, that's called the 5 books of Moses, it teaches them how to live a respectful life. It teaches them in Leviticus and all of that how to eat the right foods. You know what I'm saying? It teaches them certain ways how they supposed to interact with their family and all of that. What's the right things to do and what's the wrong things to do. They giving the laws, right? They giving the laws of, you know what I'm saying, when I say into the wicked, thou shalt, they giving those laws. You understand what I'm saying? But they also taught their history that you descended from Yaqub and you're the chosen people and you're supposed to, you understand what I'm saying? You know, all of this stuff here that you're supposed to inherit, you're supposed to inherit at the expense of those people. See, all that's included in their history. You see what I'm saying? And Musa was one who was amongst the original man, right? In the form of Egyptians, but he also was one of them. So he learned certain things amongst the original man, but when he goes out into the wilderness, right? He learns about his history too. So when you look at all of the signs, man, what he's telling them right there, what he's giving them, he's giving, you know what I'm talking about when you go into the scriptures, he's giving them the law from God. And in some of the laws, you understand what I'm saying? When you're dealing with the 10 Commandments, right? That's how to live a respectful life. But when you deal with the signs of how, you know, Abraham, you're not from Palestine. He's from Ur. Ur is not Palestine. You understand what I'm saying? So you came in there and see, even when you see the story of David and Goliath, everybody's always on David's side. Because David's people and his descendants is the ones who's narrating the story. But in reality, what's his name? Goliath was a Palestinian. Musa, what's going on? Musa, you down with the Wizard I Miss crew today? You see what I'm saying? That's what I was telling you. David was a conqueror. The people he fought against, those were the people of that land who was there saying, what do you mean you talking to somebody in the sky and they told you that this is your land? So within that history that he taught them, right, which was forgotten, right, we say that he learned from Yaqub. That's that history. Is that clear? Cool said. I have some people there calling me. Cool said that bill of destroy culture added by 2 was a culture process. S. Reeves. Peace, what's going on? Terrence Martin said Musa was a half original man and a prophet in the year 2000 BC. He learned his own history as well. Yeah, he had to learn his history because remember, he got found, right, in the basket, right, as a baby. Right? Floating on the what? River. Wow, Is that? I think that's over here. I seem to be broadcasting. He's floating on the river. Right? Then he learned who his Jewish family was in his Jewish history. And then that's when all of a sudden he started being concerned about his people. Right? Because remember, his people, they supposed to be slaves, right? But then he's rocking in the royal family with the people who got them enslaved. So he's freeing them, right? And telling them their history of who they really are. True self. He's freeing them and telling them their history of who they really are. Original seed said peace, and what we see going on now are those other rules and regulations that are not mentioned in this lesson in the Wisdom Builder Greek. That's some of what we're seeing. See, what we also seeing is the prediction. We seeing the predictions of the 23 scientists, and not just the predictions of the 24th scientists. Meaning, the 23 scientists said that this civilization was going to be limited before Yakub was born. So some of the things we seeing is not things that he's in control of. This is actually him bumping into his limitation to control. Kua said, meaning the determined idea once completely manufactured, it needed culture. Terrence Martin said, Musa made knowledge known. Kua said the culture to master us. I mean, the vast majority of white people are dealing with self-preservation. And self-preservation, sometimes, you know, if you're dealing with a situation like the devil, right? Self-preservation, you know, for them, it requires oppression. Because they don't have the resources, you know, and our greatest resource being ourselves, they don't have the resources to prosper. But the vast majority of them, they don't know they the devil. See, because, you know, if you ever been in the military, you know what I'm saying? If you've been in a gang, you know, different things, right? What you see is that a person could be a frontline soldier, right? And not really know what this fight is about. They could be a frontline soldier. You understand what I'm saying? State of the art of the state. We ain't seeing you in a minute. A person could be a frontline soldier and not know what the fight is about that they in. So amongst them, it's 5, 10, and 85% as well. What you saying now, Cypher, to I saw knowledge? Oh, can the devil fool the law? Now, Cypher. P. Foster said fight or flight. Life of Allah said, peace to add on. Musa was born around 1526 BC. He civilized the devil in 2000 BC, 11,000 in the Asiatic world. He was born in 2080 BC. Is there a 500-year difference? If so, add on. Nah, I'm not seeing what you're saying. I know what you mean in terms of Musa spent.
It's 8 o'clock.
He spent 40 years with Pharaoh. He spent 40 years in the wilderness, and then he spent 40 years civilizing the devil. Right? So if he civilized the devil in the year 8,000, in the year 2000 BC, all right, yeah, hold on. Musa was born around 1526 BC. He civilized the devil in 2000 BC. Now it would be, he would have to have been born in 1920 BC. In 1920 BC, so that would put a 400 year, that would put a 400-year difference. But here's the question. Musa means the great civilizer. So is that the same Musa from 1526 is the one that's in the wisdom degree? State of the art says that the 10 Commandments. You gotta tell me where you came in at, because we spoke on the 10 Commandments, but I don't know what you're talking about. Knowledge of law, peace. Terrence Martin said the total population of the colored man in the wilderness of North America is 103 million, and all over the planet 400 million. The colored man lacks wisdom in his culture. He only has devilishment. Well, I don't know how long you was on. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Musa's teachings is the 5 books of Moses. And in the 5 books of Moses, it teaches them things about righteousness, and it also teaches them their history, right? Which is that Yaqub is their father, and that they're his chosen people, and that other people are supposed to be their footstools. That's all inside, Leviticus, where it teaches you how to eat the right foods. The 10 Commandments, where it tells you to honor your mother and your father, don't lie, don't steal. All of that's in the books of Moses. That's the civilization that he taught them. And when it tells you that he learned that science from Yaqub because they're all the 12 tribes that descended from Yaqub. What he taught them was their history. Because like somebody was saying before, we took everything from them except their language. Right? EU means hillside, rope means the rope to bind in. So they're isolated in the caves. We know that caves mean what? Darkness. Like I said, he was dealing with Moses, dealing with those dates. Which Moses? P. Forster said, hence the Dark Ages. The Dark Ages is a that's a different time though. Yeah, darkness is spreading. Darkness is always spreading in one. See, look, darkness is spreading right now. That's why so much different people is trying to guess what's going on, because darkness is spreading. As Shreve said, makes it easier to see the light. Well, see, it depends on how much darkness. That's Reeves. Depends on how much darkness, right? And it depends on what kind of light. You see what I'm saying? Because see, the truth is the only light that can travel in the whole universe and it don't never dissipate. Life said, repeat the question. Yeah, the question was, which Moses? Original seed said Musa came 2,000 years later to teach them this trick knowledge. Now, how many would agree that the devil rule on this planet is going to be for another 2,000 years? This is an interesting point, Original seed. This is an interesting point. Very interesting. Before I speak on it, let me see if anybody else catches on to what you're saying, Original seed. Let me see if anybody else. Read Original seed's question very carefully and see if you catch on. Yeah, I'm simulcasting. I'm on Facebook and I'm on YouTube. So if you knowledge it, Kua, tell us what original seed is talking about. Kua said, however, didn't it stand within the 6,000 year rule? I don't. What stand within the 6,000 year rule? Our source said this is talking about how the devil is going to rule for 6,000 years. True indeed. But he's speaking about a very specific aspect of the history of the devil along with that prediction. It's a very specific aspect of Braden Elevation said, would you hope to see the gods take the devil into hell in the very near future? Terrence Martin, so the rule doesn't start until the devil was to be civilized. Judah TV said when the devil left the cave and came to North America, is that what he's speaking about? Smell Good said devil's still here, where? Senator Starr said how to live among the original people like they are alike while still being unalike. Kua said, indeed, Lord, however, I see it as being encompassed within his period of rule. Knowledge Born said, if you can't rid yourself of the devil, you're still looking at 2,000 years of trials and tribulations. Terrence Martin said, as in he didn't know he was the devil until Musa told him. Saul Martin said, because the devil rule was going to end, which it ended in 1914. Kua said, tell us the exact date of expiration. All right, here's the thing. And specifically what the original seed is saying is this, that the devil, right, Yaku's grafted devil was supposed to rule for 6,000 years, right? But they've only been in existence for 6,000 years. 2,000 of which they spent in the caves, where you wouldn't be able to say that they was ruling. You understand what I'm saying? So that would leave 2,000 years if we calculated the 6,000 years like that. That's an interesting point. Julie TV says, say that again. The devil is supposed to rule for 6,000 years. But he existed for 6,000 years. So if he existed for 6,000 years, but he spent 2,000 years in the caves where we sent him. The original man sent him to the cave. So he's living under the law of the original man. Where we wouldn't, it would be difficult to say he was ruling, that he was mastering the original man during that time. So if we calculated that into the 6,000 year rule, then it would be saying that we had 2,000 years more for him to be ruling. Like I said, interesting point. It's not necessarily, that I'm saying I'm in agreement with that. I'm just saying that, yeah, that's a point that I've explored. It's something to take into consideration when you're dealing with the studies. Kua said, I don't bear witness. Well, why don't you bear witness? P. Foster said his time expires when knowledge is born of the original man and his true way of life, 1914. Knowledge born, so that's why I say the devil expired when I got knowledge of self. Kua said that's another 2,000 years. I mean, that's what the original seed. That's the point that original seed is making. I mean, are you saying that would just be horrible if we had to wait? Like if it was another 2,000 years, that would just be horrible? Kua said, I don't see that. The scroll's been given, all the water been given out to dispel by 1914. Nah, the water. What do you mean all the water was given out by 1914? You still had 1964. 1964 was still left to come. Black Philosopher said Musa was born 10,920. He spent 40 years in the wilderness. The devil came 9,000 plus 2,000 is 11,000, which Musa came to civilize the devil. Yeah, that's the dates. That's the dates that I got right there too. Like Brilliant Elevation said, yo, I have to sit around and wait for another 2,000 years with this horrible man. Julia TV said they're not just going to magically disappear. It may take 2,000 years. Original Seed said that's taking them off your planet. The knowledge of who we were was 1914 as well with Noble Drew Ali. Well, Noble Drew Ali was a brother, but his teachings is not our teachings. And Noble Drew Ali, I mean, our very first thing is that the black man's God. Noble Drew Ali is teaching that we not black. And he's free to do that. I don't, but I'm just saying it's not our teachings. Man, here here comes state of the art. Here comes state of the art right now. Now, as one said, it could be another 2 trillion and it wouldn't matter. Can't give the devil that much power. Universal said, a day to Allah is like 1,000 years, so teach harder. Why? So when you sit up at home and wait for Victoria said you could destroy the devil in 1 day. So these are the things, man, what y'all saying is this, man. You know, and this is, you know, we've been through this. You know what I'm saying? We the 23 scientists. Each of the 23 scientists is an individual who brought about some degree of change. And by bringing about that degree of change, they what? Wrote the history. The way things went ever since that degree of change, you understand what I'm saying, was written by those individuals. You know what I'm saying? Just like it might be wherever all of y'all is at a certain place right now, right? There's somebody who's the scientist that brought the knowledge out there. They brought the knowledge out there and they manifested that degree of change. So therefore, even though however this is calculated, you may calculate it however you want to calculate it. But we gotta be the scientists that take the devil off the planet, whether it expired in 1914 or not. Because the fact is, you could say it expired in 1914, but they still walking around. We still waiting to see if they're gonna restock the supermarket for us. So at the end of the day, this is something that we gotta actually write that history and then live it out. See, because anybody can predict, but you get to the religious level, right? When you're not participating in what you predict. You see what I'm saying? They see our side knowledge, right? He predict he's gonna be a political scientist, right? The law of magnetic peace. He predict he's gonna be a political scientist. But see, his word is life because he goes in there, right? You know, he gives all that he have and all within his power to deal with that science, right? To make his word life. As opposed to somebody else just saying, yo, you know, I predict that right there. You know, you predict you're gonna be a political scientist, but you go to the corner and drink 40s every day. I mean, you know, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But that's not going to lead to what you predicted. You see what I'm saying? All of your actions have to go according to what the idea was. See what I'm saying? Just like why was Yakub so successful as wisdom born, or being born in knowledge? That's because all of his followers obeyed what he told them to do regardless. So all of your actions have to obey the idea, the original idea what you have. Or you're not going to be successful, you see what I'm saying, in the things that you're doing. That's when you're really predicting history, right? Instead of wishing. See, a lot of things is wishing, and it's wishful thinking, and it's wishful speaking. You see what I'm saying? But as the original man, when we predict this history, we the ones that live it out. Like, see, sometimes I speak hypothetically like that. Like, what if we just woke up and, you know, all the people that deal with devilishment was just laid out on the ground? But that's not really going to happen. In reality, like life was dealing with a couple of days ago, right? There's got to be internal and external wars. And right now, we still dealing with the internal wars. Internal meaning within each of us as individuals, right? And then also within us as a nation and a body of people. You see what I'm saying? In us eliminating the devilishment within ourselves, not just on a hypothetical level, but we got to eliminate the devilishment within ourselves so that we can make moves. You see what I'm saying? Meaning, you say you dealing with a science, like for instance, you know what I'm saying, we've had many charlatans, you know what I'm saying, that came along and just stole all the people's money. You know what I'm saying? We've had people turn their back, you know what I'm saying, on an individual who's going all the way, you know what I'm saying, how the West Coast brothers say that, you know, they out there pushing the line. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, Martin Luther King, you understand what I'm saying? And brothers turn their back on him, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got all different, you know what I'm saying? You got brothers that's been turned over to the FBI, you know what I'm saying? You got brothers that's been killed by, like, all of that would have to be eliminated before we could even begin to say, not even we gonna make a move, you know, a violent move against no people, but just to say, yo, we gonna come together and build a community. You understand what I'm saying? You know, to say we're gonna come together and build a community, you know, like Black Wall Street or you know, something that's gonna be beneficial for us and our family and our babies. You understand what I'm saying? These things had to be eliminated from within ourselves. And then, you know, we would be able to deal with any individuals, you understand what I mean, or groups that try to destroy God. You understand what I'm saying? With this state of the art, you better leave life alone, man. Before you know you in life. You know you in life, man. You know you in life, you go at it. Life said, peace to the cipher. As long as I know supreme mathematics is the order, the natural order of the universe, to be victorious, we must talk and walk our language daily. Yeah. P. Forster said, daily habits, like I study life and mathematics, versus a habit of stagnation. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, see what y'all saying, what life was saying right there, you know what I'm saying? That's dealing with the science of, you know, that's the discipline. You see what I'm saying? What life is saying, you know, as long as you know the science of supreme mathematics, you know what I'm saying, and you walking it and talking it, you know what I mean? We know that the devil's days is numbered wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta maintain the discipline. See, like I said in the you know, yesterday when I was building, right? Is that, yeah, we know the trader made it into orientation and then he disappeared. But to make devil, what must one first do? You know what I'm saying? You must begin grafting from the original. The original is your own self. See what I'm saying? So when you become other than your own self, you know what I'm saying, in the midst of, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is that you out there doing as you expressing in the atmosphere, because, you know, we in a situation where we are a small society of men and women and children inside of a big society of men and women and children. See, like, that's something right now that, you know, look, it's positive and negative. I haven't heard a whole lot of people, only one brother I really heard express this idea, is that, you know, look, you know, for the first time, you know, I'm able to, like, you know, my seeds is going to school, they getting educated, but at the same time, I'm the main teacher. You understand what I'm saying? It's only but so much of, you know, when our kids go to school, it's that same kind of thing. Yeah, they get civilized, you know what I'm saying? You know, or they deal with the part that would be equivalent to civilization. Where, yeah, you get your education, you learn the ABCs and 1, 2, 3, but you also learn, first of all, you learn a certain amount of things from the other children. That's not right exact. You understand what I'm saying? But then on top of that, you got other ideas and philosophies, right, that's being imparted to the children along with the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. So, you know, I haven't heard a whole lot of people looking at that aspect and saying, you know, I'm at least glad for that. That I get to be the teacher now. See, I told y'all, man, I knew this was coming. It's about to be a side rally, y'all. It's about to be a side rally. Life of Allah as state of art. Tell me how you can destroy hell, and how will you live when hell is destroyed? Nigel Brim said they teaching LGBTQ to the babies. So you gotta learn how to say this stuff now. These are words that I didn't grow up with. P. Foster said 1 to every 11 original man. The peace with the original man or without the colored man. You in the wisdom degree? Universal said we have to teach from home. That's 2/3. That's 2 worlds and 2 different languages. So they must know how to build being themselves. Sincere Shakima. You know, I almost hit you on Instagram, Sincere Shakima. Somebody showed me a video of they showed me a video of a whole bunch of black people, right? And it was smoke all around. It was a whole bunch of smoke. So just to go to show you how, you know, even me, even the Christ, man, you get caught up. See, I saw all those black people in the smoke. I thought it was a riot. So I was getting ready to hit Shaquem like, yo, you out there wilding? But it turns out it was really just some drag racing. Yeah, that was wild stuff, man. Even the Christ has these images about the black people. I was about to come on here and report. I was getting ready to come on here and report that they rioted in Oakland. Oh man, that was crazy. But Joe Self in Asiatic mathematics, we was waiting on y'all, man. You can ask everybody, we was waiting on y'all in particular. But you know what it is? Y'all might as well get ready to get your What Did I Miss? To get your What Did I Miss shirts. I got the logo, something's going on. I don't know, does anybody have an iPhone What I'm having is a problem when you press the share button, right? Nothing comes up. Like the little thing comes up where it's supposed to, you press the button to where you want to save it or where you want to send it to, but nothing is coming up. It's only in some apps, but it's in the design app that I use to make this. So yeah, right now, this is like kind of sabotaging me, man. How I already got the quarantine thing going on. My deliveries are slow. Come on. Somebody's got to give me a break here, man. Or they're going to have to send me $1,200 before I show up down in Washington at the Fed. But yeah, we was waiting on y'all, man. And, we at the side rally level now. We at the side rally level now. Side rally is just broken out. But when you go back and check this live, this is a very good one. Sincere Shakima said it was a sideshow. What you mean a sideshow? Joe Self said people like to say the devil planned this and planned that. He can't outplan the Lord. The devil planned when he let school out, there would be a bunch of us happy to teach the babies at home. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That a lot of the things that's been happening, which that's the case with most of life, but a lot of things that's been happening, it's about your perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like how you see it. You know what I'm saying? Like some people feel like, I gotta work from home. And for some people, they like, why'd you ever make me come in if I could do it like this? Kua said, quiet as kept, I want to do some art for the God. What kind of art? Nigel Brim, you from Oakland too? Oh, when they drag race, that's what they call it, a sideshow? Out here, they just call it racing. Nigel Brim said, all right, yeah, drag racing. So drag racing is a sideshow. Yeah, I was, I thought it was on. Because you know Oakland. Oakland, in New York, they harassed them. In Oakland, I seen them, they stuck up, the people came to do the news and they got stuck up for the camera equipment. Shout out to Oakland, but some people in Oakland might need to take their medication. Because they ain't got it all out there. Senator Sawyer said the 23 scientists were the international scholars of the earth. They had the power to see the wheel of time and bring about the change. Joseph said, or did the devil plan some of us being self-sufficient after the stimulus money? Hey, look, you better know how to be self-sufficient, man, because the layoffs is coming hard and heavy right now. Oh, Nigel Brim is from San Francisco. So, because we was wondering about San Francisco too. San Francisco, because what was on the news before all of this came up was that San Francisco was already having a problem with remaining sanitary. People was defecating in the streets. So I was wondering like how, even I was thinking that the other day, like how is New York over San Francisco with this? San Francisco is an international city. San Francisco is probably hiding their cases. P. Foster said, I was looking at the 1 to 11. The first is the peace without. The first is the peace without. The second, the peace with. I mean, see, I don't know why you brought this up right now. I keep telling y'all I don't want no smoke. I got 15% female viewership. The second piece, when the second piece is the one with the magnetic, that's Yakub's law. See, like I told you, he told the mother that she would have a home in heaven. But what about the father? We could ride the mothership, or we could ride the fathership. You understand what I'm saying? So like you got citizen, right? And then citizenship. You have a mother, and then you got mothership. That's what the mother does, you understand what I'm saying, in order to raise the children up. We deal with fathership. So, I'm not exactly sure why you put the second piece as the one with magnetic. Maybe you could add on to that. Joseph said, I get on, start building, and the wires get cut. Hey, man, we've been going pretty strong today. I've been remaining tame. You know what I'm saying? We haven't had, any of the people that come on and talk that kind of smoke. Where we at? It's a side rallies on. Sincere Shakima said, we ghost ride our cars. What is ghost riding? That's like one of those names. See, y'all gonna say I'm spooky. But I don't want to ghost ride. Just on face value, I don't think I want to ghost ride. Nigel Grimm said, we party a little different in the Bay Area. That's what I'm saying. Joseph said, Oakland is no joke. They robbed 2 Chainz at his own video shoot on camera. Yeah, see, like I said, man, Oakland is definitely not for the faint of heart. Sincere Shakima said, actually, we said the rate went down 11% with Corona in Cali. I think New York City got to tighten up. Nah, man, California's just lying, man. California's lying, man. I know they got more cases than that. California's on there telling lies, man. Talking about they only got 11%. As big as California is, and I'm saying it's right there by China. How you get all the way over here and it ain't over there? See, that's the conspiracy. This came from California. What are you saying? She came to, I seen the drag racing. I think it was on Facebook or one of the things. I don't know. I just saw it. Somebody showed it to me. And I was actually doing something. I just saw the smoke. I was like, oh, man. Because it was a riot in Oakland some years ago. Like, I can't recall how many years ago, but it was like you had to look at certain news. It wasn't on the mainstream news. But it was like, yo, you would see these, different news stories. And there's like, it was like on, like where it was like, yo, is the revolution, has it been started and nobody let us know? Joseph said they got homeless in Vegas sleeping in open air parking lots and squares. What is and then what happened? Nigel Grimm said 2 James got robbed in downtown San Francisco. Wait, he got robbed in Oakland and San Francisco? I gotta let a man live, man. How many times y'all think he gonna get 2 chains? Keep going to San Francisco, you end up being 100 chains. Out there in the Bay Area or wherever that is, man. Like Philad said, if the 23 scientists had the power to change or see the wheel of time, then why are we here? Shakima said, yeah, we have fun. We have fun in the Bay. So this is what y'all call fun. You see? You see? So whew. Now I was born said they lit it up when the Raiders lost the AFC championship. You see? Which that's something is that a California thing? Where they riot if they win or if they lose. Sincere Shakima said we always protesting. Yes, you're right about that. You always hearing about some protests going on from over there. They have like the I don't know if is there some type of history out there before the Panthers? Because I know from that science, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of the energy from that is left over out there. But was Oakland that type of place before they started doing what they was doing? She said, we walk with our cars, we do spin them, we dance, all that. What do you mean walk with your car? What is that? Like that hydraulic stuff? What is this? Brilliant Elevation said, that's like when my manager asked me if I read for fun. Hey, man. But now here's the thing. The manager asks you if you read for fun. But he's the manager, or she, whoever, that person, they put them in charge, and they don't even read. Wait, what? Her is manifested from man. He is part extension of original man to born life. The seed gonna bear fruit. What do you mean with this? Her is manifested from man. Joseph said Philly fans was eating crap after the Super Bowl. What do you mean? Like defecation, or you meant junk food? Shakima said you gotta see it to see what I mean. Yeah, I had to Google it or something. Maybe they got it on YouTube. I could see this walking with your car and dancing. What is that about? Nigel Brim said, I'm not sure, but it's always been a lot of history with college students in the area protesting. Yeah, you know, because see, like I said, in New York, it was already a history of a lot of knowledge and ideas, you know what I'm saying, and you know, nations and organizations and all of these things being in New York before 1964. So we was prepared for that type of, we was prepared for that type of history to be lived out here. Wait, whoa, where's the side rallies of, what is, there's a, Kua said here, is Asia, ASIA, the same as the world of ASIAH? What is the world of ASIAH? Is that still Asia? Since Shakima said, we the home of the Black Panthers, what you think? Yeah, I don't know, maybe the Black Panthers, you know, they could have all been from somewhere else and just descended upon Oakland with this particular knowledge and wisdom. You know, but what was going on, you know, like I see, you know, Harlem was already known as the black capital of the world. You know, even the mainstream media called Harlem the black capital of the world. So when we said it was Mecca, it was already known as a Mecca for black people. That's what I'm saying. What is the, I don't know about Oakland, I know about Hamlet. Nigel Brim said you can't put Oakland into words. You can't really articulate it. Wait, Asiatic Mathematics said my above question was for you. I didn't see the question. Let me see, did you put it in there again? Yeah, hyphy, that was another thing. I never figured out what that was about either. Sincere Shakima said, tell me when to go video E40. That's who I should look at to see this walking of cars. Joseph said that Philly fans were eating feces, actual feces, after Philly won the Super Bowl. I guess they must have lost their bet. They must Wow. Brilliant Elevation said, I'll take your word for it. Asiatic mathematics said we, the poor part, we're the 5% on the poor part. So who is the 5% on the best and the worst part? They different people depending on what's the science of where they at. You understand? What's the science, what's going on where they at? You see what I'm saying? You know, we saying in particular this way that we touch the ground and everything. You see what I'm saying? Like for instance, what they saying right now about Oakland. See, when the knowledge gets to Oakland, right? The way those people live on the land out there, that's how the knowledge and wisdom is going to be applied. The way how we apply the knowledge and wisdom here in the wilderness of North America is a certain kind of way, based upon the history, the terrain, the people, all those different things. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, in different times, like I said, if you go back 100 years, right? You go back to 1900, it's the Masons who was the 5%. When they started in the sororities and the fraternities and the things of that nature, that's to teach the babies. And it's based on what they know at that time. It's not based on what we know right now after 1934, after 1964. It's based upon them existing in a time where all original people is not even allowed to read. If you get caught knowing how to read in certain parts of the country, that could be your life. So yeah, at that time, keeping things secret is the way they had to apply the knowledge and wisdom in their time. You see what I'm saying? So you may go someplace, right, and you will see somebody who they the 5% in they community wherever they at. Like they out there, they teaching the babies, you know what I'm saying? They pro-righteous and about all the things that we about. So when you get over there, this is who you gonna rock with. You understand what I mean? Like when we say the lessons don't make you God, you see what I'm saying? You will go over there and see somebody who's walking out walk, even though they taught, we may not recognize it as readily. You see what I'm saying? So the 5% on all those other poor parts of the planet Earth is the people who do what we do. You know what I'm saying? They got our mindset. Senator Soil said, I don't think so. Asia comes from a word. ASUA means land of the rising sun, and ASIAH looks similar to Isaiah. Well, we got Asiatic mathematics in here right now. First of all, his name is Asiatic mathematics, so you're already walking on thin ice. You're already walking on thin ice with Asiatic mathematics, with all this talk about what Asia means. But then on top of that, he's the resident language expert. So jump on the case here, Asiatic mathematics. Side rally commence. See, y'all in here side rallying it up now. I gotta catch y'all up. Stays all right, man. You caught up in this. I don't know how you started, man. I don't know how you started, man. I told you, man. State of the art said we all have these different fractions of the devil, many languages. What is their primary language? The language we haven't took. What are you talking about? We all have these different fractions of the devil, many languages. What is their primary language? It's one I haven't thought of. Oh man, side rallies is on. Nigel Bench says, Shakima, do you know anybody who teaches 120 in Oakland? This is a very good question. I'll need to scroll down and see what the answer to that is. Original C said, just got the news that they are sending the U.S. 17,000 respirators from China. The virus can live on anything about 2 or more days and is coming from the mecca of the virus. Hey, look, I keep telling people, man, we all locked in with this thing already, man. We all locked in with this thing already. Hoping this thing hit my, hold on, I'll tell y'all right now. Hold on, y'all. Once Cisne Direction. All right. Had to plug in my battery. Yeah, stay there, all right, man. I'm just let y'all do the side rally over there, man. Shakima said that's true, but just not the only place that has it. I done got caught up. I don't even know what that's about. Joseph says, so what would make someone even make that bet? Because Philly never wins. Philly is one of those tough luck towns where, you know, look, I was shocked that Philly won. You know. It's just something about Philly. Close, but no cigar. Like Falah said, how does the woman apply to the 23 scientists? State of the art said he has game that is to be sold, not told. Sincere Shakima said, I'm bi-coastal. I got the knowledge of self from my educator in Medina, and I'm there too. Or your educator is Medina or in Medina. Sincere Shakima said, I'm supposed to go back on April Wisdom Understanding, but that's a hot spot for the so-called illness, so I don't know. No. California is the hot spot. If y'all would just stop lying about the numbers. California is good for that. So wait. You still ain't answered the question though, Shakima. Who's teaching 120 in Oakland? P. Foster. Yeah, see these. Side rally, side rally, side rally, side rally. Sincere Shakim. That wasn't you on my Instagram? I thought I saw you join my page a couple days ago. I'm at AllahChrist and at Allah's Fruit on Instagram. Somebody could steal your name. Yeah, the side rallies gotten all crazy. State of the art. What degrees you knowledge now? Darkim. Says your brother named Darkim that's doing teaching out there. Adam Bourne. What's going on, man? Victoria said y'all might be searching. True Self said what page? On what's your name? I'm on I think it's Random Jewels. Yeah, it's Random Jewels on what's your name? But I think when you look it up, it's added large fruit. But it's all this stuff. It's too many sites for me. I'd rather if it was just one site where we could all just. I don't like the way it is. Whoa. What is happening? It looks like I'm back. It looks like I'm back, but in yellow. So wait, let me see this here. Oh shoot, so Sincere Shakim got the knowledge in Brooklyn. What part of Brooklyn? Son of the Soil said, Yoruba is my family on earth. No, shit came out. I'm not a hater. California is clearly not speaking the truth. We know what's going on, man. We know what's going on. You telling me that in all those tent cities, that somehow New York got more than California? New York City. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think. California got how many cities? You know, I'm talking about major, you know, San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Oakland, you know, all this together. And somehow, just little old New York City took out the whole great state of California. Yeah, right. That's what is sulfur soap? Yeah, I don't. Man, this side rally, hold up, man. I gotta get. Jamik said the poor righteous teachers who teach freedom, justice, and equality to all the human families of the planet Earth. Yeah, universal. It's a face plant. Original seed. Yeah, white yourself. I remember the night when y'all came through. When y'all was going all over, man. Like y'all had came where y'all came from? DC? They came from the Forest Social in DC, then they was on the way to someplace in Medina, then they was going to Jersey. Yeah, these brothers was hitting the whole East Coast. They was hitting the whole East Coast for Allah's born day. Shakima said she got the knowledge in Fort Greene. You know, quiet as kept. Quiet as kept, a lot of people don't know that. I got the knowledge in Fort Greene too. I perfected it uptown. But I got the knowledge in Fort Greene. That's why I first saw the mathematics and where first was explaining to me in so many words, and it's where my first teaching was in Fort Greene. I ain't hear about no earthquake in Idaho, Joseph. Sincere Shakima said, yes, y'all live on top of one another there, and it's all kinds of people in New York City from everywhere. It's all types of people in Oakland from everywhere. That's what I'm saying. Like you listen, y'all got Chinatown in California too. You know, not saying that all Chinese people got it, but I'm just saying. You know, if we talking about an international place, live on top of each other. Yeah, but y'all go walk your cars and y'all go walk your cars and dance together. Victoria said it's other places like Arkansas that's not usually known for having earthquakes that's having them. Need to leave. Listen, man, y'all gotta stick in the side rally. I'm out. Don't pull me in. Nas Boy said we're gonna go to the Oasis. You're gonna see how the other side lives. All right, but I won't be bringing no TV cameras with me. I know that much. Why do I look like I'm broadcasting over here? Sia Shakima said, my educator had it since the age of 9. He's a relative of mine. And he gave it to me super hard. I mean, I don't really know a different way. I've seen other ways tried. You know what I'm saying? I've seen other ways tried, but I think pretty much, man, the only way is through the flaming swords. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've seen other ways tried, but you know, especially just in terms of, listen, you know, any nation that gets started, it gets started by, you know, the people gotta be, you know what I'm saying, a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like most vast majority of nations, you know, they get started by some kind of warriors. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people gotta be built to found a nation, man. You know what I'm saying? It really, you know, that's my opinion of it. Joseph said the earthquake was a 6.2. Sincere Shakima says they have the room to walk their cars. What room would that be? You know, Sincere Shakima act like they don't have the, what they call it out there, the BART, where y'all gotta ride on there with all kinds of people. And then those people, they get off and they go all around to the stores and to the jobs and everything. That's what I wonder about a lot of these precautions that people is taking. Like, dude, your life is not sterile, man. Like, I see people with the gloves on, like you protecting your hands from getting the germs on it, right? So you know you must be touching things with germs on it. But then you get on your cell phone, put your cell phone up to your face. So I don't get some of this stuff. Now, Jalal said I was just up in New York. It is the only place that runs like a well-oiled machine. The machine is breaking down. Original C said we came from Delaware to Medina to Mecca, then Red Bank, then traveled back to Delaware, or now called Divine Energy. When we left Red Bank, it was too late to hit the DC cipher. Yeah, as I was saying, look, I was thinking that like, yo, these brothers are really, really on it, man. They hit the whole East. Infinite Mind in here. Am I? All right. I'm assuming that I'm back. Kua said it was given to be stern as well. Steel sharpens what? Steel. Joseph said, what's going on in Florida? Some drug busts. I mean, they busting people for drugs. I guess that's what they up to. That sounds a little bit crazy. Whoa. And some people was fighting in Red Bank? In what was that about? At the cipher? Knowledge Born said you're gonna see what town business really about. Kua said, I recall it was my own physical degree celebration at my educator's born jewel. He asked me to quote my current degree and I stumbled and he kicked me out. That's a 5% kind of thing to do. I've seen things of that nature before. Infinite said he hasn't heard anything about no drug bust. Unemployment is rising. There isn't much solutions to that. Local governments are forcing small businesses to not open, so jobs are running scarce. Man. Joseph said there was a general on with Trump earlier talking about locking down Florida and it having something to do with drug trafficking. So out of all of this, they decide they want to, That's what they are, huh? Man, these side rallies, it's like two or three. It's like two or three side rallies going on now. Luke Cage, peace to the guy, what's going on? I know, right, Musa D? Like, you got all this stuff going on, and you're gonna do a drug bust, and then what you gonna do? Let them out of jail because of overcrowding? Corona, Venezuelan, and drug trafficking all related. That is that's where they pointing us to, huh? Venezuela. Wait, what? Asiatic guy mathematics said I'm on an understanding culture degree in the knowledge culture cipher. When I finish 120, I'm gonna start writing my own questions and answers to memorize. What do you mean? Your own questions and answers to memorize. Like you're gonna be writing your own lessons? Musa Deke said he working double time on the highway. Musa Deke, is you restocking the nation with toilet paper? Somebody's got to restock. Somebody's got to restock the nation with toilet paper. We got Musa Deke on the job. Original Seed said, in my 20 years of having knowledge of self, I've never seen anything like this in our culture. Two cousins in which one was righteous, wasn't showing righteous behavior, and her man jumped in. Whoa. Yeah, some things I'll be like, wow, man, we the 5%? Whoa. Hopefully they resolve that, man. Now it's born. Oh, it was family. Oh, they was. Oh yeah, man. Family. They probably mixing liquor. You know how that stuff go. They need to go walk with their cars. They need to go walk with their cars out in Oakland with Shaquem, and maybe they wouldn't have that kind of energy. Oh snap! The dude jumped in and knocked out the other girl? Whoa! Whoa! This stuff, was the party over there? Man. Was these old people or young people? Shakima said, oh, this is the side rally again here. Yeah, Musa D said he's bringing toilet paper, face masks. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh man, yeah, I know it's man. And have what type of different places you been going, Musa D? Like you had any shipments you had to bring out here to New York? Cause I know New York is hurting. Asiatic said like plus degrees, measurements not mentioned in 120, such as the distance of stars and such. All right. Luke K said, I'm good, waiting to see what our elected officials come up with next. Hey, listen, put your helmet on. Because put your helmet on, because whatever they come with, you're going to need a helmet. Well, you know, Infinite, a couple of brothers, man, is coming down with it right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, we'll see what the extent of it is, but yeah, you know, right now it's one of them times where it's too late to take vitamin C and zinc and all that stuff now. You had to already be eating right. You see what I'm saying? You had to already have made yourself healthy, strong, and a good breeder. You know, and be good at multiplying. Musa D said he ain't even get out the Midwest. They got so much deliveries to make in the Midwest, he ain't even been to the East Coast. Yeah, you know, they had a situation though too. I was wondering what was gonna happen with that. See how you talking about this drug bust? In New York the other day, they did some kind of ticket enforcement where they came and towed some trailers from the trucks. And I was looking at a website in the comments, and one of the truckers was like, yeah, we should just stop delivering in New York. Ticket problem solved. I was like, nah, don't do that. Nigel Brim said it's going to be a bumpy summer. Put your helmets on. D. Christian. And this is Side Rally Smoke Squad is in full effect today. Infinite says South Florida isn't as bad as North Jersey, so it's a little nerve wracking. The thing hit Hudson County bad. Yeah, you know what else it hit bad, Infinite? That's kind of bugged me out about that. You know what else it hit? It hit Corona, Queens, very bad. You know what I'm saying? And those are two Spanish areas. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that I looked at as a little odd. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know a lot of, you know, Hispanic people or whatever you want to call them. You know, they do a lot of traveling. You know what I'm saying? So that could be an aspect of it. But that's something that I noticed. That to me is a little bit weird. But it's just an observation. The original C said they were about 35, however, we ran them from amongst us and they were all outside with that nonsense and kept it going. Man, you guys said that's my first Red Bank experience. That might be my last Red Bank experience if I was there. Hey, y'all clearly don't know how to act. Now, this born said, no, they got them out of there and kept rocking. The one wisdom kept saying, this ain't no social. What is it, Fight Club? What do they think it was? Man. You see, you see, Alarm Magnetic said if they say high temperatures kill the virus, the summer is what we need. Yeah, I mean, it's going to do some work. You understand what I'm saying? But it's one of the things where, it's always cold somewhere. So the same time, it might be dying off here to be activating somewhere else. And then, you got the international travel. You know what I'm saying? That's the real big question right there is there gonna be natural immunity? Meaning once you catch it, can you catch it again? If there's no natural immunity, then yeah, next fall, you might need to keep your helmet on. Jamik said it's a conspiracy theory that the most affected areas will be served with federal indictments, federal drug sweeps. Possible. One thing I did hear though, Infinite Mind saying that Broward County is not too crazy and Orlando is not too crazy, but I did hear that Florida got state troopers stationed on the border. In particular, if you from New York, you might have some issues. You might have some issues getting in. You got to self quarantine. I think for like 14 days. They hunting they hunting New Yorkers down around the whole country. Joseph said, I told everyone when Trump won, stay away from groups of white folk. Tell the truth, it was that Vegas sniper. After the Vegas, no, it was before the Vegas sniper. It was something because I used to always take my daughters to see the 4th of July, fireworks and all of that. And then it was something that happened where it's like, nah, that's it. We ain't going back, man. That's it. It's a wrap. All right, tell Shot 7 I said peace, God. Oh yeah, Infinite just saying it right now. There's been talks of closing the border, and if you know anything about Florida, the only way out is north, unless you got a boat. Exactly. Yeah, I heard they already got them stationed on the border. In Rhode Island, they going door to door with the state troopers and the National Guard looking for New Yorkers. That's crazy. Joseph said, not sure because it gets cold at night except in the summer. Yeah, that's a wild thing about the desert. The desert gets really cold at night. I don't know what the phenomenon of that is. Nigel Brim said, what is the difference between the Moors and the gods outside of the fact that Moors believe in a mystery God? Well, first of all, the Moors don't teach that they're black. You know, we teach that the black man is God. You know, I mean, I'm not all that well versed on Moorish science. You know what I'm saying? But you know, and see, I'm gonna tell you another thing. You know, I was speaking on this one time in one of the other lives where, you know, when I first was getting the knowledge, other nations didn't accept supreme mathematics as a true science. And they looked at supreme alphabet as something that we was using to twist the meaning of words. See what I'm saying? Like when we was saying Islam is our self-Lord and Master, they was saying no, it's not. So you see, now you got a lot of people that use supreme mathematics and alphabet, and maybe these are the people that you're seeing now. So you like, well, it wasn't always like that. Some of what you seeing where you like, oh, well, they teach that too? Nah, they teaching that now because we've shown and proved it over time. We showed and proved the actual factualness of supreme mathematics and alphabet. So a lot of times, like anytime, you know, two people that even have the slightest level of consciousness have a conversation, they call it building now. But that wasn't, I mean, I don't know, maybe in other parts of the country, that's how y'all spoke. But in New York, nobody was speaking like that. You understand what I'm saying? Or, you know, a lot of things that, you know what I'm saying, you know, you would hear a lot of people say that they woman is they whiz or they wisdom or all of that. That's from us teaching. But, you know, even when you say that, you said outside the fact that Moors believe in a mystery God, like, that's a huge difference right there. Like, that's the heart of who the 5% is. Jamie said they made that announcement about staying from New York. New York is anyone who has traveled, has had travel to the state of now see on the news. So they telling everybody from North Carolina to avoid New Yorkers. See, this is like the Civil War all over again. This is like the Civil War all over again right now, man. See, this is that New York hate. This is that New York hate taken to the umpteenth level. Brilliant Elevation said the governor of Rhode Island is no joke. Yeah, he ain't playing with New Yorkers. I tell you that much. Original C said, yeah, that's the thing they're doing out here in Delaware. You can ride through, but if you're staying, you have to be quarantined for 14 days. Look at that. Joseph said they talking the virus has a 30-day incubation period now. Yeah, at first I heard 10 days. They up to 30 days now? Musa D said California gets cold at night by the water. Yeah, you know these things, man, listen. Kua said, I'm just saying 1914 was right around knowledge of self to some extent was given. Well, I mean, that's the noble Drew Ali history. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, he definitely, he definitely played his part, you know what I'm saying, in the civilization of the original man here in the wilderness of North America. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, it could be, something that it could be a error that I need to correct on my part, but I don't really, my history don't go through Noble Drew Ali. So, I don't have a lot of signs built up concerning events that occurred with Noble Drew Ali. You know what I'm saying? But, to my knowledge, he was the first, you know what I'm saying, to manifest the signs of the black man's natural way of life being Islam. You know what I'm saying? I don't know of him to teach our self-Lord and Master though. So, I mean, you would have to expand for the room on the significance of what knowledge he made born. You understand what I'm saying? Like if people tell you about Elijah, they'll tell you about the businesses, about the communities he cleaned up, the people he cleaned up. You understand what I'm saying? And you know how he advanced whole communities, you know what I'm saying, from degradation into self-sufficiency. Nigel Brim said, I hear more is trying to speak the language of the gods. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe you looking at that, right? Maybe you looking at that is in thinking we got a lot more similarities than like Allah said, we don't teach that. We teach the black man as God. It can be shown and proven in no limit of time. Yeah, so I don't. I was born, said my folks in a few places been telling me they treating New Yorkers like illegal aliens. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. We got that kind of hate going on, man. Kua said the foundation is Allah's teaching. Here's the thing you gotta realize is that, when a change is brought about, something is gonna happen from that change. You know what I mean? Something is supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge was supposed to come over here so that it could be developed in a particular way. Through the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and experiences that we had over here, you understand what I mean? We was able to take the knowledge and wisdom to a pinnacle, right? And internalize it and manifest it. So when you say Allah's teaching, stuff that happened over there, stuff that happened with Noble Drew Ali, all of that's Allah's teachings. But we talking about Allah World Manifest for 1964. is a certain particular thing that we do, a large 5%. What is So Joe Self said the desert gets cold because it's about 2,000 feet above, 2,000 feet plus above sea level, but in the day the sun has no block and you're closer to the sky. What's going on, Nat? What's going on? Peace to the God. Now, this one said they used to say we was babies because we was still learning our 1, 2, 3s and ABCs, right? They was, and that was also kind of an aspect of it, at least from my degree, you know what I'm saying, is that, I don't really interact with people from other nations except to say peace or whatever, or if it's something that we could work together on, you know what I'm saying, I might work with them, I will work with them. You understand what I'm saying? But in terms of getting into all the building with their signs, I don't generally do that. But when I did, it was when I was a kid. So a lot of times, I would be the youngest person in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? And they would definitely try to use that to mean that perhaps I lack the wisdom and understanding that they did on different topics. So then, I should come into their organization. Of course, I show and prove my power, through my wisdom and understanding. And then we put a nix on that. But that is another aspect, is that, as individuals and as nations, a lot of other people, because they was older than us, you know what I'm saying, they tried to play that card. Sincere Shakima said, I love New York, just can't live. I love the equality. I'm in California. I don't know, I almost when I was I don't even know, I guess I was like a toddler then or something. We almost moved to Los Angeles. We almost moved to Los Angeles one time. And I remember when I found out about, the whole gang cycle, I was like, yo, man, I'm glad that didn't happen. Because I would have definitely been, I would have been one of the people, man. Plus, Kim, it's the same equality all over now. Tell me she loved the equality, she's in California. It's the same equality all over now. Asiatic Mathematics said the Moors adhere to Henry Campbell Black's writings. I don't even know who Henry Campbell Black is. Musa said, yeah, cats on my job looking at me like I got it because I came up to the civilization class. Oh, man, it's crazy out there, man. I might go down south to see my family. They throw me a bag out the window. Throw me a sandwich in a bag out the window. Sincere Shakima says San Francisco always cold, but it's not cold compared to New York City cold. New York ain't that cold. What are you talking about? Now, this boy said we changed the language across the country, I seen it manifest traveling back and forth, east to west throughout the years. Yeah, that's what I saw. You know what I mean? That, even when, like right now, you got a dude called a bass guy. It's a dude called a bass guy. You know what I'm saying? And you got Drake is the sixth god. You know what I'm saying? And you just, all of this type of language, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these different things, whether you know it or not, that came from us. Oh, that's the guy who wrote Black's Law Dictionary. All right, now I know who he is. I just didn't recognize his name. Alabama is 10 p.m. curfew. Y'all don't get to the 30s and under. 50 is cold. 50. It's like summertime, right? Talking about 50 is cold. No cold, no 50. 50 is cold. See, one thing about New York, 50, it depends on which season you coming from. Like 50 is a temperature that you're gonna see in the spring or the fall. So if you coming out the winter and it's 50, then we got t-shirts on in New York, like whoa. But if it was just 90 degrees in the summertime and then it dropped to 50, man, that's a different thing. Nigel Brim said, what about the tribe of Ishmael? Who's the tribe of Ishmael? Do you mean Isaac and Ishmael? What Ishmael? Joseph said, I do know that the devil is consolidating power. They're trying to merge every industry, starting with healthcare. Kua said that we, unlike pale culture, get our own and do for self. For the first time, Ajax Mathematics said Moors are 10%. I don't know about Moors being 10%. They deal with, the Masonic science and all that, but I don't know what, you gotta be a bloodsucker to be a 10%. So I wouldn't particularly, I don't know any Moors that do that. Is it a curfew in New York? Is it official? No, it's not an official curfew. It's just we locked in. It's just you supposed to be inside because is there an official curfew? No, I don't think it's an official time to be in. I don't know because I've been outside all times of day and night myself. Now, as one said, San Francisco will go through 3 seasons in one day. Then that fog starts rolling in. Original C said Noble Drew Ali was one of the first to teach justice and equality before 1934. So was Marcus Garvey. Indeed. So was Marcus Garvey and Harriet Tubman. Left that out. Q said it's the spiritual and mental war around that time. The door of darkness of ignorance was cracking open. Yeah, see all this spiritual stuff, that, you gotta have that kind of understanding for different things. See, like I said with Elijah Muhammad, I speak Elijah's language. So I can read stuff in Elijah's teachings that other people may look at like, okay, this don't make no sense to me. but it made perfect sense to me. You see what I'm saying? So, say that to say that, all of this door of darkness being opened and ignorance is, I don't, we gotta make this thing. So that's what I'm saying about this situation right here. It makes it so that you gotta get, how they say, 10 toes down. This ain't just the talking part no more. You know what I mean? We don't want to hear your G. You know what I'm saying? We want to see, do you know how to survive this? You know what I'm saying? You want to teach right now? Show them that you know how to survive this. Show them that your head is screwed on right while everybody else is panicking. Show them where this came from and where it's going. Based on knowledge and wisdom and not speculation. Q said his teachings are not Moorish but of his fathers. Q said, I am not here to be qualified nor drop names, born universal truth. Allah be knowledge me. You mean by Allah be, you mean born Allah? Allah be? Sincere Shakiman. Nature is supreme mathematics. Victoria said, I thought Cali was all sunshine until I got caught in downtown Oakland at night in a tee and shorts. Musa D said New York City got the Kush guy. Who's the Kush guy? I've heard that name, but but just saying that, yeah, that's how much this science has affected the whole world. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times you might see people doing and saying things, and it's like, yeah, what they doing and saying comes from us. But them as an individual, no, they're not a part of what we do. Osborne said you would have been kicking it with OG Turtle, drop it like it's hot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I definitely I would have been hitting those ages right at the worst times, man. Like I would have been hitting, I would have been there in the 80s, the mid to late 80s, early 90s. I might not even be here right now, man, let alone on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge itself was, even being in New York, the knowledge itself is something that saved my life, man, from, the stuff that I already was getting myself into. You see what I'm saying? So, like, what just happened, yo? Yeah, I just got kicked off.
Yo, that's gonna be crazy prevalent, man. Crazy prevalent. You gonna see that shit. Censorship system full effect.
Is it?
Like seriously.
Hey, Joseph.
AI doing that shit.
Can you... Oh, they said we good. Actually, it looked like we got a better connection than we had. It's Sincere Shakiman talking that New York City hate. It's Sincere Shakiman with that sincere New York City hate. That's what's happening. Yeah, but yeah, if you go into like the hood people or something, you might. But I'm talking about when you dealing with you got the good stuff here now, man. Y'all need to cut that out. Sincere Shakima said, I know this for a fact, but that's for another platform. See, Shakima, you going to those street people. You going to the wrong people, man. Like New York is big. It's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? You probably ran into some scammers. Joseph said, why is Drake the sixth guy? Is it Toronto being the sixth borough? Nah, it do got something to do with Toronto being the sixth though. Like they zip code start with six, so their area code or whatever it is. But Toronto is the sixth, and Drake is the sixth guy. Nigel Brim said, the tribe that settled in Ohio and other states that came before the Moors, this is the tribe of Ishmael. All right, now look. See, some things we gotta just deal with equality. This goes for everybody in the room. Some things we gotta just deal with equality. When I tell y'all something, I give y'all names, I give y'all dates, I give y'all places, I give y'all reasons, I give y'all references, I give y'all cross references. So what I'm saying is, this tribe that settled in the tribe of Ishmael. Nah, I've never heard of this stuff. You gotta bring all this home for me. Like for Lord sake, can anyone tell me the total square miles of water on the planet Earth? Tell me where the total square miles of water on the planet Earth derive from. Don't answer it if you don't know your lessons. Jameek said, the oceans, lakes, rivers, and polar caps. Shashir Shakim said 139,685,000 square miles of water on the planet. Q has said one of the G's who walk with the Father. So you talking about Allah be born Allah. The Christian said, right and exact, now is the time we're going to see who putting into action what they know versus just talking. Sincere Shakim said 57,255,000 square miles is land. Added up with the water, you got 196,940,000 square miles. Side rally getting ready to start again. He said this in Q has said my entire family tree can be verified. I mean, I know a lot be. You know what I'm saying? See, two things. Two things. First is, a lot of y'all right now, when y'all come and y'all meet a person, y'all not meeting the same individual that I was meeting. It's like, look, if in your family, right, in most families, right, the oldest kids caught a lot more discipline than the youngest kids. You see what I'm saying? Because see, when the oldest kids is born, the parents is still in their gangster phase of life. See, you having kids, you 19, 20, 21. Look, I ain't taking that. I ain't taking no shorts in the street. I ain't taking that in the house either. Who you talking to? But see, by the time you have them last kids, you see what I'm saying? You ain't got the energy to get up and go all the way in the other room and be carrying on. You see what I'm saying? And that same thing, I've seen that amongst the guys. That listen, some of these brothers, man, well, Allah be too because of the way his history went down, but I'm saying even earlier in my history, a lot of these brothers that I was meeting, these firstborns, the brothers that walk with Allah, when I'm meeting them, they still in the street. They coming home, you know what I'm saying, looking like they on steroids, and they've been sitting in one spot studying lessons for a decade straight. So the fire that was in them, see now you come there, you meet these brothers are great grandparents. We talking about the firstborn that walk with Allah. These brothers are great grandparents now. So you ain't getting the same fire in examination. You ain't getting the same fire in examination. So a lot of times now people say they know this person, they know that person. It's like, okay, if you know this person from the 2000s, or you met this person in the 80s or the very early 90s. You know what I'm saying? But so that's one thing where people say that like, nah, don't tell me you know the old man. Tell me you know them young fiery brothers. Tell me you know P Almighty 7 and Mahadi and them brothers. Tell me you know Knowledge Born, the young brothers, man, that I know, all right, if you came amongst them, you got examined. But see, you tell me, man, you just, no, you like, look, I mean, I know their history, I know who they are, but I'm just telling you. Because see, I had the knowledge long enough where, look, we all the men now, we all the men. This ain't 1990 when some of us as boys, or we just entering manhood, and some of us is old enough to be out five. Now this is a time where, so you're still old enough to be more, but we all the men now. And because of the way things played out, right? I'm the best knower of some things too. Because we all lived our life in a particular way. You see what I'm saying? And the way you lived your life, you went somewhere and got the knowledge and wisdom of that, and I was somewhere and got the knowledge and wisdom of certain things too. You know what I'm saying? Which basically leads me into the second thing. Born of love. He knows you. Did y'all deal, how did y'all build? How did y'all build? So you come around me and I just build with you, I just add on, and then I keep it pushing. Without really, truly examining you and who you are. That happens a lot of times where people would come up to me, right, and they'll say, yo, God, I recall, I met you on this day right here. You know what I'm saying? Do you remember it? Nah, I don't really recall. Because you didn't say nothing. You didn't leave me with nothing. See, just like on the live right here, and people would know if you ever get on the lives on Instagram, it's certain people that I know I recall their name because they be adding on. Something happened where it's like, okay, yeah, I recall all this other signs. Not just how you look or whatever. I don't remember like, oh yeah, I remember seeing a brother, but he didn't really impress nothing on me. You recall me because I ran my mouth the whole time we was, in whatever place we was. And I gave you something else that you took with you that you recall. So when you say you know these people, say you built with them. Say you went through 120 lessons. Say you walked miles with them. Say y'all participated in this thing or that thing together. See what I'm saying? Because I don't, see what happens is you make that person into the mystery God. Where you telling me that, oh, you went and walked with this person and then, I don't really know nothing about the interaction. It's just that, you walk with God, so now you like the Pope or any one of these other people who's telling me that you've seen God Almighty. But that's, that's not, I don't know what it is. I've been going on a lot of rants lately. I know I've been doing a lot of ranting. But that's a certain signs. Wait, hold on, let me catch up. Shit, Shakima says, say my name. I love New York City. Yeah, but you gotta chill with the backhanded compliments. You with the backhanded compliments, man. So the source, so they are speaking of a national emergency quarantine. Dr. Sanjay Gupta and co from CNN talking about how they hope to have one. Yeah, Sanjay Gupta, he's definitely a messenger. La Magnetic said, New York City is lit. When I finish school in July, it's 90% chance I'll move there. Nigel Grimm said, I wish I could take a brownstone with me back to Cali from New York. Nah. Don't work like that. Nah. Sincere Shakima said, no, I've been coming there a long time. It's not good, it's weak. Well, I don't want to corrupt you, but next time I'm gonna have to introduce you to the real New York stuff. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, but we'll have to see. Yeah, the connection. I don't know what happened. It popped off. You know what I'm saying? I see. Look, all my stuff came on too. Ajax Mathematics said the tribe of Ishmael. That's some Bible or Quran stuff. Yeah, because I'm Ishmael off top, right? This is not a name that the people who we've commonly come to accept as the Native Americans, that's not a name that seems indicative of the names that they generally have. But like I said, add on. See, Sincere Shakima is she's you better be God if you deal with this bro right here, man. See, when you deal with a woman like Sincere Shakima, right? She's at the fullest of equality. So if you're not really God, you see what I'm saying? Like, see, some of us, man, we just dealing with the good equality. And we can rise above people that's dealing with the bad equality. But if you just dealing with the good equality and you get into a situation with Sincere Shakima, right? You're gonna be in trouble. The original seed said the 139,685,000 square miles come from all four major oceans on the planet. Ajax Mathematics said, to be honest, I doubt any of those biblical characters existed, and the burden of proof is not on me. There are good lessons in those stories, though. The burden of proof is not on me. Knowledge Allah said, do the knowledge, be critical with your thinking. Kua says, and his path ain't easy. I helped Abu Shahid with his website. I know he is not respected. I'm also grateful for him. I mean, Shahid got his respect from me, you know, but see, he's in a category of people where it's like this, you know, and this is, you know, this is how I see it. Everybody can draw it up for themselves, you know what I mean? But see, you got a lot of people, like, see, when I was a kid, right, my parents could invite anybody over to the house that they want. And I still had to show them, you know, respect, whether I liked them being there or not. But the reality is that if I don't see you with my parents, I don't see you. Like, you're not somebody, like, you know what I'm saying? You're not somebody like, yo, I want to play video games, so I go ask you 50 cents. You understand what I'm saying? When my parents is not here, you know what I'm saying? So by the same token, you got a lot of people that was around when the law was around. And those is Allah's peoples, their history together is indisputed. In the same way, you know, whether I like you or not, I don't got anything to say to you, and I gotta treat you with the respect that I treat my parents with. So that's how I see a couple of different people that, yeah, they walk with Allah, they was there. You understand what I'm saying? They, you know, the history, but listen, where was you at the June 13th, 1969? You understand what I'm saying? See, because he wrote his history, and we wrote our history too. Same thing I'm saying with Allah B. We all wrote this history now. Not just a handful of people. I ain't gonna say a handful, but not just the people that walk with Allah. That's why it says the 5%ers, Allah and justice way. Because we all wrote the history. Well, I know I did. I was a part of it. I was a part of writing the history that's commemorated up there on that sign. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't say he's not respected. You know what I'm saying? But he do come up and he tells histories that none of us was taught. So, that's why you see, it's not him per se that people don't like. You know, like Allah said, we don't talk about people, we talk about what they do. You know what I mean? But he not here no more, you know what I mean? Peace to Shaheed, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, he played his part. He played his part in this civilization being manifested. You know what I'm saying? So, for that, peace to the brother. Now, like Crew has said, when you verify the family tree, you check the pedigree. Yeah, but see, you still gotta verify it through builders. Like, see, you got certain names, you know what I'm saying? That's like right now, look, if you tell me that, you beat Dr. J, right? You beat Dr. J in a game of one-on-one basketball. I know a lot of y'all may don't remember who Dr. J is, He was the Michael Jordan of my era. The LeBron James, the Kobe Bryant of my era was Dr. J. Now, if you tell me you took Dr. J in the game, he's still Dr. J, but come on, son. It's not the same, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Is that when you say tell me you met the builders and that y'all built. Not that you meant the names, man. Original Seed says to life Allah, Pacific Ocean is 68,634,000 square miles. Atlantic Ocean is 41,340,000 square miles. Indian Ocean is 29,321,000 square miles. Arctic Ocean is 390,000 square miles, making 139,685,000 square miles of water. Life Allah just made another point right here too. Is that, you can see a lot about a person through their family tree, but not every seed on that tree is the same. Some seeds on that tree is weak and they bear fruit that don't have the same nutrients or may not bear fruit at all. Man, see, Kua said he was not my enlightener, just one of the many who helped me get the science, how to externalize it. Yeah, he he was there. You know what I'm saying? Like he seen this, being manifested from the first days. You know what I'm saying? And he was one of the people that helped Allah get this word out. You know what I mean? Original Seed, so wait here. Because we got a thing here. We need to drop a little science on that. These two, man. Allah Magnetic said that when divine energy calculated when divine energy calculated the 139,685,000 square miles, that he didn't include the lakes and rivers. Now, Allah magnetic, the lakes and rivers are not calculated in the water. They're calculated in the land because they're inside of the land masses. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, if you subtracted the 1 million of lakes and rivers, then you would be left with 56,255,000 square miles of land. You understand what I'm saying? So you got, even in terms of the lakes and rivers aren't as permanent. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot out there in Las Vegas where Joe Self is from, you know, a lot of that is empty lakes where the deserts is out there right now. So in fact, the lakes and rivers are not counted. And if you did the addition yourself to show and prove it, you would see that the lakes and rivers would bring you up to 140,685,000 square miles. But the lakes and rivers are inland, so they're not counted with the water. Son of the Soil said this is some good stuff like the vegetable stew in my rice. Cuba said, I enjoy being amongst the family. It's desolate out here. Yeah, being amongst the family, you know, again, this time right now is something that, you know, it illustrates the importance of family and being amongst family and taking care of family. Man, yeah, sincere, Shakim, when you yeah, I had to show you the real, because I don't know what it is. I think you because it's true. If you just go to like some regular average, you know what I'm saying, you might be in the middle, but you got to go to the, yeah, see, Joseph is you know, we're not going to expand too much, but Joseph is pointing you in the right direction over here, Shakim. I gotta go handle some business in a minute anyway. Nah, she ain't shaking that life, but you know, see, first of all, let me explain something. Two things. See, first of all, you know, we say that woman is the wisdom. So see, a lot of them, they got good speaking power. They speak really well. Another thing is, females tend to excel within this society. Within this society, females tend to excel a little bit more at education. You know what I mean? Or in school. You see what I'm saying? So when you mix those two things together, and you know, you don't know specifically how to, you know, shine light in a way that keep them at 93 million miles, they can move all the way out to Jupiter. See, Jupiter got certain, what you call that, like the asteroid belt, it's certain things that rotate around Jupiter. See, those women like that, like you were saying, like she can't do it to you. But yeah, they'll make cats rotate. You never seen a dude where you like, yo man, is this CI power her or her power I see? Shakima will reverse it on you, and if you don't have the proper knowledge, you wouldn't even know. Yeah, the side rally, the side rally is crazy, man. Kua said, I think the guy's name was Infinite. He gave me a flag when I was traveling through Sudan. I wonder if you're talking about Infinite, that he back up here now. Where's this Infinite? This Infinite, he's from down there? Stated, I lost totally track of what he's saying. Oh man, he called 21 Savage now, man. What is going on in these side rallies? Listen, you in the side rally. Let me tell you something. You in the side rally when somebody gets a name. Listen, the smoke squad is in effect when somebody gets a name, man. Like, listen, I done heard, look, Frank Love, Captain Kirk. When somebody leaves the cipher with a name, smoke squad in effect. A new name. Yeah, that's a Kua said standing on the shoulders of the greats. Yeah, that is a reality right there. You know what I'm saying? That, we need to acknowledge, that the knowledge that we had, is the knowledge and wisdom of the original man, ever since the planet first was founded. You know what I'm saying? And we all take the baton, and carry it to the point, Allah come in his own good time. And those people who time was before us, they put us in a position to do what we do. So that's facts right there. I'm not old at all. Tell me I'm not that old. I'm not old at all. But see, some people on here, I don't know if some things I might refer to, it may not be in, within. C said major oceans are why you see blue sky over your head. It's not a reflection of the lakes and rivers. Jamik, polar caps are the land. We actually went through this one, Jamik, on one of my other videos. Jamik, I'm so far behind. Let me see if I caught up yet. Oh, I already caught up. So we're gonna go from here. Jamik, wait, what just happened? I fell behind again. All right, here we go. All right, yeah, I fell behind. So let me just deal with this. Jamik asked if the polar caps fit in with the water on the planet. No. Because the polar caps too are on the mountaintops. You know what I'm saying? The polar caps are included in what's called ice-capped land, where you got the different frozen tundras all around. So the polar caps are counted like this. You got 29 million square miles of useful land, right? 14 million square miles of deserts, 1,910,000 square miles of hills and mountains. And then after that, you got 12,345,000 square miles of ice-capped land. So that's actually counted in the 57,255,000. I'm trying to get past the side rally here. That's what's happening. We got like 3 side rallies going now. The next civilization class, Nazallah, as you mean like physically where we show up, is indefinite right now, God. It's indefinite. You know what I'm saying? You know, they the way they treat New York right now. You know what I'm saying? It's indefinite right now. You know, in terms of, you know, we still on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I broadcast yesterday. I didn't get a chance to broadcast long. Tomorrow, Sunyas will probably be broadcasting. You know what I'm saying? You know, Saturdays was a large shot day. I doubt he gonna be broadcasting, but you know what I'm saying? For right now, you gotta tune into my channel, tune into Sunya's channel for the classes. Kua said, to my understanding, it took Allah a little over understanding years at the age of build or destroy. I'm not sure what that means. No, it was 36. I'm not sure. Don't laugh, Shakiman. It's not a good thing. It's it's not a good thing. Don't laugh. You know, this is there's a lot of psychology going on here today. Kua, are you with Lord Hashim? Original C says she might move all the way to Pluto if you're not careful. You know, see now you don't want them to move to Pluto because Pluto is the frozen planet. See what I'm saying? So remember, like I said, you don't want to create the cold current that you put your wisdom into. You understand what I'm saying? So you know, you gotta know how to control these things. Life said, I asked her, I keep it a 12th degree in 1 to 14. She went left first, Lord. I don't care what she dealing with. When the question asked in the cipher, he or her is accountable. Yeah, I don't know how y'all started going back and forth. It started out simple enough. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've been running my mouth. I'm barely catching up. I skipped over most of what y'all, because y'all got a side rally going. That's crazy. Brilliant elevation. Oh man, you missed a lot today. Sincere document. Yeah, Jan Sport Posse. Yes, you know, y'all look, because y'all had it definitely, y'all had to run into the smoke squad with a name like that. Y'all had to run into the smoke squad with that kind of history. Stealing people's strings off their book bag. That's still some of the craziest stuff I ever heard. Y'all like, this is... See, I'm gonna have to cut y'all off, man, just to stop these side rallies. Yeah, it's just wow. This side rally is crazy. Is that what it is, D Christian? It's the quarantine. It's the quarantine that's bringing this out. Is that what's going on? SW, what's going on? Kua said when he left, when he came to the realization of himself and when he left the temple, he was 36. Understanding equality. Build God knowledge. Kua said, how long was Allah at temple number 7? 3 years. Najee Brim said, was temple number 7 the only temple that the FOI studied their lessons faithfully? Keep it 100 with you. I don't have 100% knowledge of that, but I don't know if they ever studied them faithfully. You know what I'm saying? I mean, certainly there was people amongst them. But I mean, if they studied them faithfully, they ain't quote them faithfully. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Listen, y'all got me. I gotta go roll, man. Listen, y'all got me, man. Listen. You know, it's a family show. We ain't even supposed to be talking about that. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. We got. Whoa, keep hitting my cord, man. About to kill myself in here. D. Christian says, Shakima, you like a psychologist. I would do more listening if I was amongst you. See, that's what I'm saying, man. Don't get caught up in this stuff. Don't get, see, see, this is just in life. You got some people that are just testers. Like, they testers. Like, some people, like, look, I was watching something today, right? I was just telling somebody, right? It was a female lion was sleeping in the you know, the middle is, they out in the Kruger National Park or whatever, right? So a male lion walks up behind her. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what his plan was, but he bites her on the back. So being that, you know, she's resting, like, she wakes up like a lion. Yo, she starts, you know, swinging at him, roaring and all that. And then after about 3 or 4 seconds, she realizes who she's dealing with. And then she goes back over there and play her position. See, that's how a lot of people are, man. Like, look, you might have kids, or you know, you might have a nephew or a niece or somebody. And that's what they do. They'll test you, you know, doing stuff. Even if you, True Self said he wrapped up his 72-hour fast today. I like that, True Self. 72 hours, not 65 hours. 71 and a half hours. 54 hours. 72 hours. That's how this thing works. I don't get it. But like I was saying, you got people like that they'll test. You understand what I'm saying? But then when they see that, okay, these people, they don't play either. Like if you ever notice, if you went to an old person house, right? If you went to an old person house in your family, like your grandmother, your great grandmother, right? What they do? As soon as you walk in, they let you know.
It's 11 o'clock.
I'll whip your ass. They let you know up front. You mess around over here, I'll whip that ass.
I know about your parents.
And listen. If you want to tell your mama, go ahead and tell her now. Tell her right now. So I'll whip her ass too. That's why old people do that. Because they know you get ready to do that. So before we even get into the plan, let me show you where your lane is. Cool, you doing homeschooling? That might be a deep science, man, that everybody had to get into, man. I'm telling you. Cause see, don't sleep on these budget restrictions that's getting ready to come up too. Like, yeah, they doing the $2 trillion bailout, but then eventually they gonna say, look, they gonna say, look, man, we don't have money for this and that. You know what I'm saying? You see this? Sincere Shakima with this pull up, this type of stuff. Well, yeah, everybody homeschooling now because of the quarantine. Oh, this is flirting? That's what this is? Cause I don't think some of that.
Or pull up. Yeah.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah, yo, pull up, or yo, pull up.
Oh, see, that's what I be telling y'all. I don't be knowing the language. Shakim said, no, it's not flirting. I don't know. They son? Nah, they son. Actually, I haven't seen they son. I spoke to him earlier today, though.
Kobo.
SW said it's evident. Yeah, what is Kobo?
He explained to you.
Nah, he can't.
Yeah, you gotta hear him out, bro. You might have to ask him like 3 times and shit, but it's a collective.
Oh, she was saying that's the Leo in her. July 23rd is your born date? Yeah, my album, I just was here, I just got some message from the what's the name, man. They pushed my release date back. My album might be coming out on your born date. Yeah, hey, look, this thing, I ain't gonna front though, SW. This thing has been going on for a long time. It's a lot of this. It's. I see what you're saying. It's a tension. It's a tension there. That I see what you're saying. Now, Jalal said he's on August 10th. He's a Leo too. Taurus, August 20th. A lot of Leos. Get out of here.
It's gonna be a good time this year. Leo's gonna be a good time, like hot.
Yeah. Ooh. This year, hey look, y'all gonna be the make it. Y'all gonna be the make it or break it. Y'all gonna be the make it or break it zodiac this year because depending on how things go, depending on how things go. Nah, Shakim, I got some project coming out before that. King Crush is coming out. Actually, I need to get off now so I can finish up with King Crush. But that's coming out. You gotta get that one too, man. But yeah, y'all gonna be the make it or break it time, man, because suppose we have an August and the August ain't that hot like it usually be, like it's a chilly August. It wasn't August last year a little bit chilly for August?
For the past how years.
Yeah, it was August, it was summertime, but it wasn't that August where dudes start shooting 5 in the morning because it's too hot. It wasn't that kind of August. But we need y'all to make this August hot to burn up the corona. But look, it's been we had a good time. You know what I'm saying? We seen the yeah, Jamik, you hit that on the head. Pre-virus and post-virus. Yeah. That's like on what's the name? Sometimes I say BC, like you know how they say BC before Christ? I say now BC is before crack. Listen, BC is before crack and AD is after dope.
BC could be before Corona now too.
Yeah, before Corona, where you like, yo, son, that was a whole other time. Like, you remember that, son? Like, nah, that was before crack. Like, yo, some people, like, yo, this person right here, like, nah, they was like a doctor or a lawyer. Before crack.
Yep.
You know what I'm like, yo, like, yo, this is a nice neighborhood. Until after dope, you know what I'm saying? Oh man. Original C said he an Aries, so my born day was last Saturday. Peace to the God, happy born day. And being Aries are the start of the astrology world, I'm celebrating everybody else's born day this year.
Right on.
That's peace. But yeah, I'm gonna jump off of here, man. We had enough fun for the day. We had enough fun for the day. We've learned about walking cars. There we go. We should be reconnected. So yeah, we've learned about walking cars. You know, is that, I don't know if it's like walking dogs. Like, do you have a leash for the car or something? I don't know how you do that. Knowledge Allah said his born day was on March 17th, so he didn't get to do nothing. Kua said, what sucks is that I contributed to the crack passing as well. Joseph said, before crack, after depressants. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that walking cars. gas brakes dip. Is that like that's like a dance? Like, is that like what you call that thing they do? Where it be a whole bunch of them?
That line?
The bus stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a different name for it now though. They don't call it the bus stop. It's, you see a whole bunch of old ladies doing it all the time. The electric slide. Is that like the electric slide? Joe Sell said crunk dancing. Nah, true self. I was just saying that, we had a nice, cipher today. You know what I'm saying? Where we met some new people. We had some of the old schoolers in here with us. You know what I'm saying? We might have made a little love match. You know what I'm saying? Shakima, my grandmother told me when she met my grandfather that she hated him at first. So, through all that though, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, tomorrow, if anything, I'm gonna come on early, you know what I'm saying? So I don't clash with Sunez, as he's teaching his class, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna have by then we should be able to have a little listening party too of the King Crush. So peace to the guys in the earths.
Peace.
We'll be back in tune.